All right, here we are with the 1974 tin top Westfalia project that I've been working on. I'm just going to go through quick here and give you a proper update on things that I've been doing. A lot of little details have been going on that are just kind of hard to put into one thing on the thread, but I want to wrap this up here on a couple things. I got the Canadian guy that makes the aftermarket curtains. The closest stuff that was available to me is the 76 through 79 stuff, the sage green curtains. These are the aftermarket ones. They're sitting here. The only thing is they're slightly lighter and they are a bit thinner than the original polyester ones, which to me is more in line with, because I have the original front curtain for this, and it's this kind of material. It's a thinner material, and it's closer to that color, sort of. But I'm not worried about those issues on that. The other thing is it comes with a kit that I'll post up some pictures. That you got to put the little braids where they snap together. This is the back hatch carpet, but they have little braids that snap together here on that. And I'll show you on the other curtain over there. But I had to get all the curtain stuff so I can get the side cabinets in. Two things back here. This aftermarket panel, great, they look awesome, but it does not fit flush. When you line it up in the front, up there, it does not come around and line flush here. So, buddy of mine, Andrew, said, why don't you split it inside here where you can't see it? Brilliant idea, and it allows you to make it flush out here where everybody can see it. Once this cabinet's in, then you can button up and make the curtain secure. So I was waiting on the curtains to finalize the cabinets on the inside here, but here's the finished product. Curtain looks nice. Another little problem that I ran into is the upper curtain rail. I couldn't find it. I misplaced it in the old garage, and I ended up winding up getting one from out of a 76 through 79, and they're actually shorter, so didn't work. And then I found the one that I needed, but covering up the cabinet with the curtain on the inside, here's the correct looking, stock looking brad or snap for the insides. And like I said, I'll show you in my thread the pictures of those. So there's the curtains on the other side, looking good and ready to install. Next, I'll be able to put the headbanger in. Now that I have the curtain on, secured, cabinet in, done. Now I can finalize the cabinets in here. I also had to remove this bad boy here because I didn't have these goodies on. The spring wire that holds the curtains down, and it was because it was secured right there. So I had to take the cabinet out, shift it over, and while I was doing that, I was able to also clean up this line down here and make it a little more flush with the panel down there while I was doing it. So that's kind of a fun accomplishment so far. Those things were really good, and the quality's nice. I'll put a little write-up in it in my thread, but I like the curtains. More than happy to pay the money for them. The snap thing's a little janky, a little cheap on the ones. Like I said, I had to go out and buy these, which were easy to get from, Michael's. The other big thing that I did is the front driver's door is pretty much done. There's only one, the inside rubber piece is missing. These are a pain in the ass to put these in. I don't care what anybody says, what other thing you have to follow. They're just a pain in the butt. They're fiddly as hell. Primarily putting this strip in and snapping it in here. Now I got to do the same thing with the rubber on the other side. Same thing, it's fiddly. But there's very minimal room. I'm used to working on notchbacks, type 3s, and there's more room in the door itself, the cavity, than there are for these, and these are basically the same. But it's got new rubber on it. It's all ready to go. It's once I put that on there, then I can put the plastic vapor barrier on and close this one up for good. Put the vent shield on here as well. But this door is all brand new rubber, new vent wing rubber. The whole thing is jazzy, snazzy, and ready to go. And most of the stuff is the original German parts, other than the actual rebuild kit itself. But You know, this is what stuff that came with the bus, the screws, the latches, everything was, this is a low mileage bus, so it's really tight and nice. But, you know, when I was putting these in, because I put these in first on both doors, and I took the lock out of the passenger side and did not put the key in it, so I lost a spring, and then I found it, and then I put it back together again. Another thing I did was put the rubber bumper on the front. That deluxe rubber bumper, those are always nice and look snazzy, and they go on real easy. This door is waiting to have the guts put back into it. Once I finish the guts and the doors, then I'll tackle the last biggest thing, which is hooking back up all the wires underneath the dash here, and obviously want to do it while the windshield is out because it's really lovely, easily accessible, and I can make it a lot cleaner and sano in there than originally. Yeah, the doors and that dash are probably the biggest pains in the butt. After that, she's pretty much a runner with hooking up the gas and the brakes, and she should be good to go. Final fiddly project will be the side Toulouse windows. I got full rebuild kits for them, and I'll do that at a later date. But for right now, that's it. Curtains are in. Doors sort of done, mostly. And she's moving along. But that's the progress so far. It's a lot of, like I said, a lot of little detail, a lot of little things. Had a couple little mishaps here and there. Sometimes the screws and stuff that they supply with these kits and things they give you are crap, and they don't screw into the German steel because the screws themselves are made from inferior metal. So you got to go out and get better screws and all kinds of little stuff. It's all back and forth, but here's where I am right now. I'm excited about it. She's coming together, and hopefully she'll be roadworthy soon.